Happy Monday once again, everyone. Bryan Devore, Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway, Home Services, California Properties with another Monday Market Moment. Today, we're going to look at some shocking differences between cities. Real estate super local, down to even the zip code, but we're going to look at some different cities and see some big differences in some important metrics. First, let's look at the most recent stats. Right now, we have 6,648 homes for sale throughout San Diego County. Inventory continues to increase, up 155 from last week, with a median list price of $980,000. Average days on market, 49 days. 2238 homes are under contract right now. That's down 26 from last week. Median list price of $899. Average days on market of those homes, 33. Months of inventory going back up again, 3.36. It's the highest it's been in a while. Over 3 months of inventory right now throughout the county. This is a chart showing total actives, total pendings. Trend line for actives continues to increase. Trend line for pendings is kind of bouncing around right now, up, down, week to week. How many homes came on the market last week? 926, 31 more than came on the market the week before, with a median list price of $971,500. New pendings, 330, down 57 from last week. So things going in opposite directions as far as the velocity of homes coming on the market and going under contract. Median list price, $899,450. Average days on market, 29. New pendings listed within the last week, 18, and within the last 2 weeks, 116. So a couple weeks ago, 3% of the homes that went into escrow were only on the market for a week. This past week, 5%. And the week before, 33% of homes sold in 2 weeks or less. This past week, 35. So those numbers actually went up, which is a good sign. How many homes closed escrow last week? 362, slight dip of 9 versus last week. Interesting median list price, $899, $499, and that's a little bit lower than it was the week before. Median sales price, $899, $450, also lower than the week before. Average days on market, 29. Least expensive sale was in Borrego Springs, $209,250. La Jolla had the most expensive sale, kind of an interesting number, $6,682,687. Lots of sixes and lots of eights there. Here's a chart showing new actives, new pendings, and new closed sales. So a couple weeks ago, the number of new listings dropped quite a bit from the week before, went back up again this past week. Number of pendings dropped quite a bit, and the number of closed sales down just a little bit. Here's a chart showing median list price and median sales price, down again, kind of still hovering within the same couple percentage points of the last few weeks. Okay, this is from Stephen Thomas's reports on housing from a couple weeks ago. This is the breakdown, price categories, and then the percentage of current inventory versus the percent of demand. So if we look at the $0 to $750,000 price point, current inventory, 31% of the current inventory is in that category, but demand is 33%. So that's encouraging. If you have a home in that price category, there is more demand than supply. Same for $750,000 to $1 million. 26% of the demand, but only 21% of the supply. Even going up to 1.25 million, there are more people who want to buy a home in that category than there is inventory. So we still have somewhat of an inventory shortage in those categories, but then it evens out between 1.25 to 1.5 million. And then as you go higher, more inventory than demand. Looking at the market time, last year, 57 days in the up to 750 category, now 92 days. 80 days for 750 to $1 million. Interesting that it's taking the expected market time is longer for the least expensive sale than the next couple categories. Let's look at cities. As we said, real estate's hyper local. Here's some cities from Stephen's report. It looks at current actives versus number of homes that went pending in the last 30 days. That's the demand. And you can see, for example, Alpine, 49 actives, 12 went pending in the last 30 days. So let's take, for example, look at Carlsbad, 2.57 sort of months of inventory. When you look at if, for example, in the city of Carlsbad, 98 homes go into escrow every 30 days, it would take 2.57 months to bleed off all that current inventory, assuming nothing new came on the market. Look at Fallbrook, 4.24 months of inventory. Imperial Beach is 3 months. But now you look at some of these cities. Del Mar, 6.67 months of inventory. And then, wow, Coronado. Uh, Buckle up if you have a home in Coronado you're trying to sell, 8.13 months of inventory in Coronado. You can see 122 homes for sale, but only 15 are selling every 30 days. So some shocking differences between different cities. You take, for example, Imperial Beach has versus Del Mar. Del Mar is taking twice as long to sell homes. The months of inventory is just that different. So depending on where you are, it's very important to price your home properly for your area. Take a look at what's on the market and how fast things are selling, how many homes are selling each month, so you can really assess what the supply versus demand situation is for your home. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. Don't forget to scan the QR code to track your home's value. If you have any questions, if you'd like to know more information about your city, I'm happy to send you the report. Hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you next Monday in the next Monday Market Moment.